Okay, here's another Consport video on constructing scale drawings. Let's go. All right, so it says Cole is an urban planner. He wants to create a small scale drawing of a city block. The block is a square with sides length of 100 meters. Draw the city block such that one unit on the grid below represents 5 meters. All right, so if we know that it is a square with a side length of 100 meters, how many 5-meter sections would that be? Well, what's 100 divided by 5? 20. So every section on this grid should be 20, right? So we're going to then say that 20 goes into 105 times. So, draw the city block such that one unit on the grid represents 5 meters. Yeah, so 5 times 20 is going to be 100. So we're going to have 20. So if we're going to do it out, then this would have to be 20 by 20 here. So it's going to be 20 by 20, wherever 20 is. Let's see. So it's going to be square grid, so you got to go to 20 by 20. Let's go all the way up. Let's see how much we have to go. 20 by 20. All right, there we go. So there's our square. It's 20 by 20. Every single length on this unit, every unit length is 5 meters. So 20 unit lengths of 5 meters each is 100 meters. So then this drawing would represent the block that is 100 meters by 100 meters. Okay, and the next one says, Peter just buried a treasure chest on a remote island and is making a map so he can find it later. One of the key landmarks in the area is a small rectangular hut, 5 meters by 8 meters. Move the points to draw the hut on Peter's treasure map below. So it says that every 2 line segments, every 2 units of length is 1 meter. So how many 1 meter sections do you need to make 5 meters? You need 5 of those sections. So what's 5 times these 2 lengths? 10 lengths. So it's going to be 10 lengths wide. That's the shorter version, so I guess we can do it. It doesn't really matter wider if you do that as the length of the width, but it's going to be basically 10 wide. So that's going to be 5 meters because each one of these lengths is a half, as you can see. 2 of them is 1, so each one is a half. So what's a half times 10? 5. So that's going to be your 10 unit lengths is going to be half meters per unit length, which is going to be 5 meters. And then this one we're going to need 16 tall. So let's do 16 tall. Let's make sure it all lines up nicely. Looks like we need to go up a little bit here to make it 16. I can kind of stretch that up. Perfect. And then this just needs to go so it all matches. Makes a nice rectangle. There you go. So it's 10 by 16. 10 is 5 and 16 is 8. Right? So that's how it would work. Says Mary is a scientist using a microscope. She looks at a salt crystal and discovers it is shaped like a cube. Each square face has a length of 0.1 millimeters. Draw the crystal's square face such that one unit on the grid represents 0.01 millimeters. Well, what's 10 times 0.01 millimeters? 0.1 millimeters, right? And so it's a cube that's basically going to be 1.1 millimeters or 0.1 millimeters in terms of length and width. So you're looking at 10 units by 10 units, right? So the funny thing is they say it's a cube, but honestly that's a square, right? So it's kind of funny that they are calling it a cube because they don't give us the option to do the third dimension. Technically, there would be a third dimension, which is the depth, which would also be 10. But that is 10 lengths of 0.01, which is going to be 0.1. So this is 0.1 millimeters and 0.1 millimeters. Michelle is on a secret mission to reclaim artifacts that were recently stolen from the National Museum. The artifacts are located in a private manor just outside the city. The rectangular base of the manor is 60 meters by 30 meters. Help Michelle plan her mission by redrawing the base of the manor and moving points on the grid below. So we know that 3 segments of units, 3 units is 18. So that means each unit is 6. So really, we're just asking ourselves to divide by 6 then. So this base is going to be a rectangle that's 60 divided by 6 or 10, by 30 divided by 6 or 5. So this is really a 10 by 5 unit length. So it doesn't really matter whether you have the length or the width as 10, but I'm going to make that width 10, and then the 5 is going to be the height. And as long as it's a rectangle that's 10 by 5, you should be golden. All right, and that's how you do those problems. Hopefully that makes sense.